I would like to add something, because it's the second or third time that you asked that question. And so let me add something. First, let me remind you that some years ago in the US, there was a commission headed by an economist called Boskin to examine the measurement of inflation. And the conclusion of the Boskin Commission was that the way inflation is measured, in particular the type of indexes that are used, the last pair's indexes, tends to exaggerate the measurement of inflation in the case of the US by 1.5 percentage points. So if the target would be 0, very likely we would be targeting a negative inflation rate. So there is a measurement problem with inflation, which justifies that the target for inflation should be above 0. Second point is the point that the President just reminded you about debt deflation. When there is a situation of high indebtedness, when inflation is very low, the burden of servicing the debt increases, and that is very detrimental to the economy. The third point is that with very low inflation or negative inflation, the real interest rate increases. And when the nominal rate cannot go very below 0, it means that the interest rate in real terms may be way above the equilibrium real interest rates that would equal savings to investments at the level of full employment. So that's another reason why negative inflation rates can be very detrimental. And then there are the deflation risks. Real deflation, not what you implied in your question, because to have negative inflation a few months is not a deflation situation. A deflation situation is a situation of prolonged, meaning more than 1 year, of negative inflation. And in that case, you have two phenomena. You have an increase in real wages because there is rigidity in nominal wages to go negative, so you will constrain supply, profits of firms, and you eat growth. And second, there is also then, in such a situation, a problem of consumers postponing their expenditure if deflation lasts long enough, when we are talking about real deflation, not just a few months of negative inflation. So there is a host of reasons why central banks fight deflation, why they spend money, as you implied. And by the way, just reminding you, there is not just one way of central banks spending money to fight low inflation. We, and as other central banks, purchase securities. The Swiss central bank purchases foreign exchange in order to defend the level of the exchange rate that they want, and they have a balance sheet which is higher than ours in relation to the respective GDP.
Mr. Speciale.